Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. I hope everybody's doing well. See what I mean? I hope everybody's family is, in the best health possible. You feel what I mean? I figured I'd tap in with y'all real quick to discuss what's currently going on in the boxing world, man. We're going to talk about Brian Norman Jr. possibly being a stepping stone for Devin Haney. Those are Devin Haney's words, not mine. We're gonna be talking about a few things, man. Of course, we're gonna get into the open boxing topics. You feel what I mean? We definitely gonna get some good shit going, man. I have a big announcement. You know what I mean? Just waiting for a little bit of confirmation. But as far as I'm concerned, and of course, we're gonna talk about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua actually being in active talks as of right now. But got a big announcement, man. I seen people requesting it. So I did my little Googles, you know what I mean? I did my research and stuff like that. And it's looking like we gonna have Ernesto Tito Mercado on the channel to do an interview this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be doing the promo. Definitely gonna be posting that on my page as well, man, just to get a little bit of the word out there. You feel what I mean? This is gonna be a little bit of an earlier live. Tito Mercado, one of the up-and-coming contenders at 140 pounds, you know what I mean, coming off of a solid win against Jose Pedraza back in January, you know what I mean? This is going to be a stellar interview, man, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the way this shit go. You feel what I mean? Because Tito Mercado ain't somebody that necessarily bites his tongue, you know what I mean? This is somebody who does not mind engaging in some trash talk and just saying how the way he feels. You see what I'm saying? So he's currently ranked number 14 in the IBF, so he's definitely on the come up. You feel what I mean? So I'm really preparing for this interview. You know what I mean? This ain't gonna be one of them interviews that's off the fly, off the cuff. You know what I mean? Shit like that. This is gonna be a pretty good interview. You know what I mean? Lots of research is being done already, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the way this interview turns out. You feel what I mean? I think it's gonna be a little bit of great dialogue along with some trash talk. You know what I mean? Some funny shit as well. And then I'm gonna also get the fans. I'm not going to say the fans, but the subscribers involved in the conversation as well. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building thus far, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. Let's get the algorithm on the up so that people know that Mazuma TV is live. You see what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Forever Dedicated in the building. What up? Forever Dedicated said, yo, why Mark Kenny Ellis basically said why y'all believe Rick Glacier Tank not retired, y'all tweaking. Well, I don't know who y'all is because that definitely ain't me, because I said that whenever Rick Glacier posts something, you got to take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? He's been known to be unreliable with a lot of the things that he said. I also said that he loves to target Al Heyman fighters, aka PBC. Likes to target people that's involved with the PBC, like Showtime, Steven Espinoza, things like that. So, I don't really, like I said, I don't really hold anything he says to like the highest regard, like his law. You see what I mean? He's got caught being unreliable on multiple occasions. You feel me? So I don't know who y'all is, but it definitely ain't me. Calm minded, what up? You wondering if I open the panel up for my fans? I don't have fans, brother. I got subs, I got supporters. You feel what I'm saying? And in terms of, yeah, definitely once I get back on the StreamYard, which should be this week coming up, I have no problem opening up the platform for people, just as long as I'm able to see their face and they not on some weird P. Diddy shit, then we cool. You feel what I'm saying? Because we had some weirdos come on the live in the past and did some weird shit. You know what I mean? Nothing too crazy, but done weird shit, like dress up like Spider-Man and wear a mask and shit like that. Like, weirdos. But I definitely don't have no problem chopping it up with the people. You feel me? I'm a man of the people. Simba Boxing, what up? Blunt Sports, what up? Shay, what up? Justin Jackson in the building, what up? The boy Coffee Plant in the building, what up? Go 787. Talk to me. What's going on? What's going on? Shay says, Mazuma, best southpaws to watch for amateur fighters. Man, you got a whole bunch to choose from, brother. You got Shakur Stevenson, who is a decorated amateur boxer. Of course, you can watch Pernell Whitaker, probably the greatest southpaw of all time. Erislandy Lara. Guillermo Regendow, who's a two-time gold medalist, Vasil Lomachenko, who is an Olympic two-time gold medalist. We got Alexander Usyk. Man, you got a plethora of southpaws to choose from, brother. So you know what I mean? Break it down bit by bit. And I only named a few. There's a lot of great southpaws, especially at an amateur level. You feel me? So take the time, you know what I mean? Do some research on some of them guys I chose, and best of luck to you, brother. One of the best qualities a fighter can have is being coachable, and not only being coachable, but actually being a student of the game. So, Shay, considering the fact that you're willing to study the people that came before you in order to improve your performance, that says a lot about you, brother. So, keep studying, keep being a student, and you'll find success in boxing for sure. Uh, Coach Eddie ATL says Hector Camacho, Pernell Whitaker, Chad Dawson, Michael Moore. Those some great names right there, brother. Especially Chad Dawson. A lot of people don't talk about him. I was just watching this fight with Andre Ward. Sheesh. That was actually the fight. That was actually the fight that I studied a whole lot when I was getting ready to spar southpaws or even compete against southpaws. You know what I mean? I love that fight, Chad Dawson versus Andre Ward. That was one of Andre Ward's best performances in my opinion. What we talking about, man? We're gonna talk about a few things, brother. Lucian Butte. Okay. I wish him and Ward would have ended up fighting, but it is what it is. You don't get to everybody, unfortunately. But we're gonna talk about a Devin Haney quote. You know what I'm saying, and how the way he feels about Brian Norman Jr. and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I really had to come up with a caption because, to be honest with you, not much is really being said right now. And we go live basically every day, so a lot of the topics that's currently relevant, we already done touched on that. Pause. So, I just had to put something up, but I'm gonna actually pull up Twitter right here to just get into that quote that Devin Haney has said, and what do we think Devin Haney's mentality is going into this fight? Because I had brought up the idea of Devin Haney possibly overlooking Brian Norman, but at the same time, I've also stated that Devin Haney has learned from his previous fights, and he should know not to underestimate anybody. You see what I'm saying? So this is a quote from Devin Haney right here. Let me go ahead and share the screen for y'all to see it. This is out of Ring Magazine. He says, "I'm excited to be a 3-division champion, God willing. Brian Norman, he's just another opponent. He's just another. He's just another opponent. He's just another stepping stone." That's Devin Haney's quotes, man. That's not mine. So don't be coming on here talking about, man, why you hating on the Normans, man? Man, listen, man. You need to stop hating on the bro. Ain't nobody disrespecting Normans whatsoever on the channel and speaking his piece. You feel into the channel, you know what I mean, has commented on the channel several, lets me know that, you know what I mean, to an extent, he support the channel, because if he didn't, he wouldn't even attempt to engage in, the conversations that I was having. You see what I'm saying? So no disrespect to the Normans at all. I'm telling you exactly what's coming from Devin Haney's mouth. You know what I mean? So what do I personally believe about this? Maybe that's just a testament to how confident Devin Haney is in his abilities, his experience, and you know what I mean, how he measures his skill set amongst Brian Norman's. I think that when he looks at Brian Norman, he looks at somebody that's dangerous, however, doesn't have the experience that he has. So because he doesn't have the experience that Devin Haney has, especially at a high level, in terms of world title fights and facing actual, better quality opposition, he feels like he has a significant edge going into this fight. You see what I mean? So I see exactly what he's saying, but and I can appreciate the confidence from a fighter. That just lets you know that he's training his ass off, and he's really not leaving any stones unturned. Because a lot of the time, besides delusion, a lot of people actually get their confidence for proper preparation. You see what I'm saying? And the more that you prepare, the better that you prepare, the more confident you get going into a fight. I would know that personally, and I've experienced that even training my own fighters. So not only do you get confident from a fighter's perspective, but also from a coach's perspective. You get confident in your fighter because you know that he did everything he could to prepare for his moment. You see what I'm saying? So this is Devin Haney's confidence just being shown to the world. You know what I mean? Can this be underestimation on Devin Haney's part? Possibly, but unfortunately, we will not know until these guys actually step in the ring and face each other. Um, I don't personally view Brian Norman Jr. as a stepping stone. I think that this guy has a lot of tools that could pose some problems in Devin Haney, especially if he was able to get his timing on Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? If he were to actually get his timing on Devin Haney, that could be a really bad situation because, uh, all it would really take, in all honesty, is for Devin Haney to, make a miscalculation and reach with a shot. You know what I mean? And then he's getting hit with a big one. Trying to pull out. Pause. You see what I'm saying? Trying to pull straight back. He could run into a devastating left hook from Brian Norman, or you know what I mean, a lead, a jab, because Brian Norman has shown that he could hurt you with a jab as well. Like, he is that strong. You see what I mean? So I think Brian Norman, a lot of people talk about his left hook, but I've seen his right hand do damage as well, whether he shot it straight or he shot an uppercut. I've seen Brian Norman do damage with both hands, regardless of whatever punch he's thrown, from a jab, from a left hook to a right hand to a right hook. I've seen this dude really do damage in the ring. You feel what I'm saying? So I wouldn't view Brian Norman as a stepping stone. I would look at him as like a quality opponent, but at the same time, Devin Haney might be looking at him the same way, but he's not putting it out publicly because this may be all the strategy to get in Brian Norman Jr.'s head. You know what I mean? Psychological warfare is very real in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? There's some people that, especially when they're inexperienced, they let trash talk get to their head, and they fall victim to the mind games. You feel what I mean? I think that's what happened with Teofimo, to be honest with you, with the Kambosos fight. Obviously he had a shitty game plan, if he even had one going into the fight, but also I do think that George Kambosos' words really affected Teofimo Lopez from a mental aspect and really threw him off of his game. So maybe that's what Devin Haney's trying to do with Brian Norman. You know what I mean? Only the Haneys know exactly why they're saying the things that they're saying. Maybe they truly believe in what they're saying, and Brian Norman being a stepping stone. Maybe they feel like he's actually not a stepping stone, but they putting it out there just to make Brian Norman feel away. You see what I mean? So I don't really know what the situation is, but like I said, this is Devin Haney's quote. This is how he feels going into the fight. And bro, listen, I know there's a lot of people that don't like the summer because it'd be so hot and, oh man, I'm over the summer. I love the summer. You feel what I mean? I always love the summer. I enjoy the heat. You feel what I mean? Anybody will tell you I really don't mind being in the heat at all. Like, the heat would have to be very very excessive for me to not want to go outside. You feel what I'm saying? However, me being a boxer fan, I cannot wait until November, bro. I cannot wait to November to see exactly what these guys bring to the table. I'm really looking forward to seeing how the way Devin Haney approaches this fight. Is he going to take a page out of that Jose Ramirez performance and attempt to duplicate it against Brian Norman? What is Brian Norman going to do in this fight? Is he going to be much of himself? Is he going to be picking up his feet? How effectively is he going to be cutting off the ring? Because I can't imagine this fight going 12 rounds without Devin Haney using some type of lateral movement. You feel what I mean? So how effective is Brian Norman's cutting off the ring skills going to be in this fight? Is he going to have a tough time keeping up with Devin Haney? How is he going to neutralize Devin Haney's jab? There's a lot of fucking questions out there that I personally would love to see get answered in November and on November 22nd. We're going to get the answer to a lot of these questions, man. You feel what I mean? Go Get the Money says, question, Mazuma, do we question Devin's capability in the ring against Brian Norman if that Ryan situation never happened? Assuming that Ryan Garcia situation never happened and he continued to just dominate, I think that there will be less of a discussion in what Devin Haney brings to the table. I think it's safe to say that a lot of people got questions about Devin Haney at this point in time because of the Ryan Garcia performance. You know what I mean? That Ryan Garcia performance exposed a lot of things about Devin Haney. We seen Devin Haney hit the canvas multiple times when we never seen that in his previous fights. We seen Devin Haney take a lot of damage for the first time in the Ryan Garcia fight. We never seen that happen in his previous fights. We seen him get hurt with Linares, but he was a different type of hurt against Ryan Garcia. Not only that, but he also accumulated a lot of damage. In the Jorge Linares fight, he had got hurt, but you couldn't really say he got brutalized or punished. With Ryan Garcia, that was pretty much what it was. You feel what I'm saying? So to answer your question, Go Get the Money. I think that the main reason why people are uh the reason why people are questioning Devin Haney's capabilities in the ring against Brian Norman is most likely or is definitely because of the Ryan Garcia performance. But at the end of the day, we ain't gonna give Ryan Garcia no type of credit whatsoever, man. We actually gonna big up Devin Haney over here for getting up off the canvas every time and actually making it to the cards. And even after being concussed and being dropped in rounds, every round that Devin Haney didn't get dropped in, he won. So you got to commend his heart. You got to commend, his resiliency. And there's people saying that, Devin Haney's chinny, but the way that I seen this man actually beat the count every time he got knocked down, that let me know that he got some type of chin. Because if he didn't have a chin, then he wouldn't have beat the count in neither one of those knockdowns. You see what I'm saying? So that's just my personal opinion, man. But no doubt, that's actually a great question. Go get the money. People are doubting Devin Haney's capabilities because of the previous performance he had against Ryan Garcia. It is what it is. Coach Eddie ATL says Brian Norman punches harder than Ryan on Peds. I mean, okay. I mean, that's your opinion. I mean, I can't tell you because I ain't been hit by neither one of them. I don't know, man. I can't really answer that. I can't confirm nor deny that statement. I guess that's just an opinion at the end of the day. But it is what it is. Seems like Coach Eddie is very confident in Devin going to sleep against Brian Norman. It's a great fight. It's a great fight, but it's definitely a fight that Devin Haney is very capable of winning, and we could break it down if we want to. And the reason why I'm really siding, not necessarily siding with Devin Haney, because it won't really affect me and whoever wins this fight. To be honest with you, I'm not really emotionally invested in either fighter. But the reason why I'm actually siding with Devin Haney in this fight is because I've actually seen more out of Devin Haney. You know what I mean? I've seen how the way he's performed under the lights. You feel what I mean? I've seen him in fights that was crunch time or was legacy defining fights like those. I know a lot of people want to discredit George Kambosos now because he's had a shitty streak since losing to Devin Haney, but that man literally went over to somebody else's home country, not no Jin Sasaki, but an actual unified world champion, and beat him back to back. You know what I mean? Behind enemy lines. You feel what I'm saying? Brian Norman, there's a lot of question marks around him. That's just the reality. How do we know that Brian Norman has the tools necessary to adjust to Devin Haney's jab? Because Devin Haney's jab is going to be there. Devin Haney has a world-class jab. And he definitely took a pay cut. But money aside, whether he took a pay cut or not, it takes a different type of heart, and it takes your experience to a different level and gives you a lot of confidence within when you know that you could go to somebody's backyard with no problem and dominate them. You know what I mean? You're not worried about being away. You're not worried about being overseas. You know what I mean? There was a point in time where Brian Norman team was hesitating to come to Philadelphia to fight Jaron Ennis. And here we got, Devin Haney. We got Devin Haney motherfucking going to Australia when Australia wasn't even trying to let Bill Haney in the country. And that didn't deter Devin Haney. He told his pop, I'll be right back. That man grabbed Zab Judah's pop, and they was about to go out there. Last minute, Bill Haney was able to arrive. But Devin Haney done been through some things, you know what I'm saying? And I just trust his character more because I've seen more out of him. You feel me? It ain't because, I'm not a fan of Brian Norman or the case. No, I could rock with Brian Norman. I told y'all, I like how the way he present himself. I like his demeanor. I like how he a chill, laid back dude, very mature for his age and stuff like that. And he got an exciting style. You don't mind getting in the trenches with you and thugging it out. You know what I mean? Making it a motherfucking gangster party. You feel me? So there's a lot to like about Brian Norman Jr., but there is a lot of question marks around Brian Norman Jr. as well. You know what I mean? He hasn't been in there with anybody with the skill level like Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been in there with somebody who has a jab like Devin Haney, had foot speed like Devin Haney. And I heard Brian Norman Sr. say that, Devin Haney doesn't particularly have fast feet. I mean, he's a coach. Maybe he sees something. Uh, and I'm a boxing coach as well. Maybe he sees something that I don't. You feel what I mean? But I think it's safe to say that regardless of whether his feet are fast or not, those are definitely the most educated feet that he's ever been in the ring against. That's hands down, no debating. You see what I mean? So there's that. Brian Norman's never been in the ring in the pros with somebody who has a world class jab like Devin Haney. He hasn't fought anybody with the experience at a high level like a Devin Haney. You know what I mean? And look, y'all can say whatever y'all want. I see Coach Eddie making a point that Devin Haney's best work is at 135 pounds. Okay, that's very true. That was because that was where the majority of his career has been at thus far. So of course, let's say you got a 10-year career and 7 of your professional years is at 135. Of course, your best work is going to be at 135. You spent a majority of your career there. Like Tito Trinidad, his best work was at 147 pounds, right? Cool. But that was probably because he spent the majority of his career at 147 pounds. Errol Spence. Errol Spence is, from what I understand, looking to come back between 154 to 160 sometime soon. You know, if we looking to discredit Errol Spence and say his best work is at 147 pounds, well, of course it is. Of course it is. Devin Haney had how many fights at 35? And what? Only had 2 fights at 140? Yeah. And he's looking to make his welterweight debut. Yeah, his best work is going to be at 35. Yeah, that's very clear. That's very apparent. You see what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see. Uh You said Norman is the most dangerous fighter Haney has ever faced. Again, that's another opinion, brother. And if you genuinely feel that way, then you got every right to feel that way. But another opinion that could be said that could also be held as a valid opinion or a valid take, of course, is Devin Haney is the most experienced fighter that Brian Norman has been in the ring with. And fuck dangerous. Devin Haney is the best fighter that Brian Norman has ever faced in his career. Point blank, period. Devin Haney done been in the ring with guys who could punch. He done been in the ring with guys who are boxer punchers. You know, what part of their career they was in, that's a totally different conversation. And yeah, they were smaller dudes in comparison to Brian Norman. Yeah, they might not be as strong as Brian Norman. But I tell you what, Brian Norman has never been in the ring with somebody who has the IQ of a Devin Haney. You know what I mean? The boxing ability of a Devin Haney, the skill set, the reflexes, the hand speed, the foot speed, what have you. He's never been in the ring with somebody who has anywhere near the qualities that Devin Haney has. It's cool. R3 in the building. I'm gonna have to get my charger soon, yo. Cause this, I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with this laptop battery, man. But it says the battery health is normal. I don't know. But let me see. Let me see. R3 says, not sure if you touched on this, but what do you think about Callum Smith versus David Morrell? I think that's a hell of a fight. I think that's a hell of a fight. I do think it's kind of funny that, Callum Smith wasn't really, I'm not gonna say open to the David Benavidez fight, but it's kind of crazy that he wasn't able to make the fight with David Benavidez. Anthony Yarde steps up instead of Callum Smith, and then Morrell he ends up choosing Morrell instead. It's kind of like you had the opportunity to fight Benavidez, who's a WBC champ, but then you end up not saying I turning down the opportunity. I don't know exactly how that situation went, but what I do know is you ended up settling for the guy that David Benavidez actually beat. So to be honest with you, is like you had 2 options, and then when you went with the lesser option, and Anthony Yarde had to take your work. You feel me? Because Benavidez initially wanted to fight Callum Smith. You know what I mean? Callum Smith got like a small little version. I think he got like the WBA interim or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? No, not the WBA, the WBO, I think, because Benavidez currently has a WBA interim. He took it off of, I think he took it off of David Morrell. You feel what I mean? So Coach Eddie ATL with another comment says he enjoyed a huge size advantage over everybody that he fought except Ryan. Well, Ryan's size advantage was, in my opinion, due to the PEDs that he was on because he looked significantly different and smaller, in the fight with Rolly Romero in comparison to the fight with Devin Haney. But I digress. Um, this is the thing that I have to say to counter Coach Eddie's comment. Yes, Devin Haney has been bigger than a lot of the guys that he's faced at 35, 40, what have you. However, does Devin Haney have the type of style? Let's say, yeah, Devin he's been bigger than a lot of guys he's faced, but does he necessarily use his size to defeat his opponents, or does he use his skill set? Because Devin Haney has never been this type of guy to just be this like overwhelming presence where he's breaking guys down and walking through their punches. Or like he's not really that imposing of a fighter where he's bigger than these guys and he's pretty much bullying them around. Bro, that's not the case at all. He's really beating these guys off of IQ, skill set, overall abilities. Yeah, and it's definitely like a weight bully reference there on his part, but you know, there's plenty. I never heard of Devin Haney missing weight at all. Let me go get that charger real quick. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? God damn it. Million Film says, I can't wait for this fight. A few questions will be answered. Absolutely. That's my favorite thing about watching fights, in all honesty. Watching questions get answered because, for example, like the Canelo Alvarez Terrence Crawford fight. I think my shit was tweaking a little bit. Let me see something. I think my shit was tweaking a little bit. Let me see something. I think we good. But anyways, for instance, shout out to everybody that's in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit the likes, y'all. Like I said, we got Tito Mercado coming up this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You feel what I mean? So be on the lookout for that. We definitely going to be cooking up, man. Another top figure in the sport of boxing going to be joining Mazuma TV, man. And I got another interview that's in play now. If I get this one, this is gonna take Mazuma TV to a new level. But anyways, we're not gonna announce that one yet because ain't nothing solidified at all at this point in time. However, Tito this Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A lot of questions around. You said choppy? Come on, man. You said choppy? Come on, man. You said choppy? Come on, man. Hold on, y'all. All right. How we looking now, y'all? Yeah. I don't got it on low battery mode, brother. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, man, what y'all think about that quote that had just happened between Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua? You know what I mean? According to the talks, seems like this is something that may be very realistic now. Is this clout chasing on MVP's part, knowing damn well they're not gonna fight Anthony Joshua? Or do you think they really make that fight happen? You think they hear Anthony Joshua talking about wanting to be retired and they think that Anthony Joshua got 1 foot out, so they think they could take advantage or what? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let me see something. Let me see if I can pull it up. There you go, right here. Go 787. What up? Won't be surprised if the fight happens, to be honest. I think only way Jake Paul take that shit is if it's a bag that he would never get anywhere else. Like it gotta be like life changing money. But this is the quote right here, according to Nakisa. I believe that's his name. Is my screen turning black again? What's we doing? Jesus Christ. So my whole screen go black when I'm trying to share something now. Let's try it one more time. Let's try this one more time. Oh boy. Let me see. Go 787 said Jake going to the hospital. Fuck around and might. He fuck around and might. But on some real shit, bro, I kind of want to see that happen. You feel me? I've been kind of sick of Jake Paul. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, he's really been a master of like manipulating like casual boxing fans and making it appear as if, yeah, he's actually a boxer and that he's actually taking chances against, credible guys and stuff like that, bro. I'm just sick of him, to be honest with you, man. You feel what I mean? Like going from Nate Robinson to motherfucking retired MMA fighters like fucking Anderson Silva. Like you disrespected Anderson Silva, bro. Ben Askren, Tyron Woodley twice, and he gave you work the first fight. Who else? You done fought all these guys. Then you actually fought somebody who was halfway in the sport. You lost to him. You know what I mean? You acting like you still want to smoke with dude. But meanwhile, you know what I mean? You just fought a Mike Tyson who's pushing 60 years old, and you want to get credit for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's just milking the game. You know what I mean? And these boxing fans, bro, they letting them. We got boxers running around here talking about how Jake Paul really a boxer. No, he's a real boxer, man. He's actually putting the work in. Bro, look who he's putting the work in against, bro. You should feel disrespected. You should feel disrespected that you've been training in boxing since you was 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Gave you all to the crab, got it out the mud the hard way. Meanwhile, we got this motherfucker over here who probably never had an amateur fight. Coming to the sport of boxing, capitalize off of the dysfunction of boxing, how easy it is to exploit the sport of boxing, and cherry pick his way to a situation where he's making more than you. You feel me? Like, you should feel a way about that. I'm not telling you to be hating off his bag or his success or anything like that, but at the same time, he literally cut the line to get to the position that you're in, or even surpass the position that you're in. You should be frustrated. You should be infuriated with that. The sport of boxing should never allow somebody like Jake Paul to thrive, at the top of the game. And in terms of numbers, Jake Paul is at the top of the game. Let's just keep it 1,000. There's not many boxers you can name today that's making Jake Paul paydays. That's absolutely disgusting that I have to say that and it actually be factual. You see what I mean? So, me personally, I think Jake Paul a pussy. I don't think he'll fight Anthony Joshua. I think that it's all, just ways to attach himself to top names in the boxing game. I think that he knows he can't beat no fucking Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? I don't think he knows he can't beat anybody that's a top tier boxer, point blank, period, bro. Point blank, period. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like you just beat a old ass, you beat a washed up Chavez Jr., bro. Chavez Jr. ain't been shit since the early 2010s, bro. To be honest with you. Let's keep it real. seen you hit Chavez Jr. flush and he ain't go nowhere. You know what I mean? I seen you loading up on Mike Tyson. He ain't going nowhere. Anthony Joshua don't got the sturdiest chin, but he's significantly bigger than you. He's significantly bigger than you, so I already know that he could take a punch from you pretty well. And I know you can't take a punch from him. So I don't know if this is gonna be uh, a fight where they request Anthony Joshua don't throw his left hook or right hand or whatever the fuck the case is, but there's no way in hell he beats Anthony Joshua, bro. But anyways, let's go into this quote right here. This is about Nakisa. I can't pronounce his fucking name. Badarian. He says the fight can absolutely happen. Two of AJ's losses came against Usyk. Usyk weighed 220 for those fights. Jake is not Usyk. I'm glad he said that. But Jake fought Tyson at 228, so size-wise, we can get comfortable. We're actively discussing it now. Just because you actively discuss something doesn't necessarily mean that a fight is going to transpire from it. We all know that. We've heard a lot of conversations be had and fights not manifest off of those conversations. So as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean? This ain't something that's confirmed or even in the works, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It just sounds like something that, they willing to have conversations about and something that they may possibly pursue. They may possibly pursue. You feel what I mean? I think a lot of people get it misconstrued nowadays whenever they hear two teams discussing a fight, that a fight is in the works. It's not how it really goes all of the time. It's not really how it goes all the time. You know how many times these promoters sit down with each other and actively discuss fights, but then the fight either never happens for one or doesn't happen until years later down the line. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to really feed into the bullshit, but I love how strategically Jake Paul is making this a conversation just to make his name more relevant. You see what I mean? Don't see him fighting AJ whatsoever. Don't see, and then he pussy because he did that face off with Alexander Usyk as if he want to fight Usyk, but then he's requesting that he fight Alexander Usyk in MMA. Like what? You talking about? So you mean to tell me this how pussy Jake Paul is? So when it comes to MMA fighters, you request that they come into a boxing ring because you make more money in boxing, right? But when you actually face off with the pound for pound number one fighter in the world, Alexander Usyk, you're requesting that you fight him in MMA. Why is that? Ain't you a boxer, Jake? Hasn't your whole this whole rebrand you be doing is trying to convince people that you're a legitimate fighter, that you're an actual boxer? All you do is compare yourself to other boxers and how you could beat them. You see what I'm saying? And when you have the moment to actually face off with a boxer, you request to see him in an octagon. So you want to see boxers, like top boxers in an octagon and retired MMA fighters and washed up MMA fighters in a boxing ring. Make that shit make sense, bro. Like, what are you? You a boxer or are you a mixed martial artist, bro? You can't be both, obviously. I mean, well, you can. We seen Clarissa Shields, but you get what I'm saying. You've never been in an octagon professionally. You've been boxing professionally for some years now. And now you're trying to change the whole martial art up whenever a certain individual is in front of you. As far as I'm concerned, that sounds like selective smoke disorder. Sounds like selective smoke disorder, brother. That's just me. It just sounds like some SSD is just flowing through Jake Paul's bloodstream. Definitely scared. My boy Rouse said Jake pussy. He moved up to heavyweight for Tyson, but in 2021, before his fight with Rahman Jr. fell through, he was making Rahman go down to 204. Yeah, I remember that. Because he knew Rahman Jr. See, Rahman Jr. grew up in boxing. You see what I'm saying? Like his father was a former world heavyweight champion of the world, Hasim Rahman Sr., who at one point in time defeated an all-time great heavyweight in Lennox Lewis. So he done been around the game since he was in diapers, nigga. Like my son, been in the game since he was in diapers. My son's still in diapers, still be in the gym, throwing punches out. But anyways, not to make this about my son. Jake Paul understood that may have been possibly a miscalculation on their part. So what did they do? They tried to make it seem like, Hasim Rahman wasn't disciplined, that he wasn't cutting weight, blah, blah, blah. and they gave him an ultimatum, basically like, oh, if you're not this weight at this time, then I'm gonna cancel the fight, blah blah blah. And they definitely took a way out of that Hasim Rahman fight. They ain't want no smoke with him. You know what I mean? They was talking about how they was whooping Hasim Rahman ass and sparring, and he was like, bro, y'all told me to hold back in sparring. I was working with you. Nah, we wasn't working. I was really getting off on you, but then you found a way out of the fight using weight as an excuse not to fight him. So you wanted Rahman to purposely drain himself so you could have an advantage at 204 or whatever the weight was. Meanwhile, this dude just said that he fought Mike Tyson at 228. So you're okay with fighting Mike, a 60-year-old Mike Tyson at 228, but you don't want to fight a young, up and coming heavyweight at 204. Like, come on, man. Jake Paul been pussy, but he's like a master at pushing certain narratives. Like I remember when he let's pull up his box rec real quick. I remember when Jake Paul was fighting like these guys that like, they were legitimate pros, but they didn't fight anybody notable. And he was trying to make it seem like Ryan Borland, who was 17-2, and then like Andre August, who was 10-1, right? So he was going around, oh, y'all said that I don't fight actual professional fighters. So, I'm taking on somebody who's, who actually has, a record, who actually has wins, blah, blah, blah. It sound good. But what you're doing is you're fighting guys with winning records, but the guys' records are filled with absolute bums. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. If I had the money behind me, bro, I could easily go 12, 15-0. That'd be so easy. If you get matched up with the right opponents, if you give me like 15 bums from North Carolina, Virginia, whatever the case is, that are 0-4, 2-8, and shit like that, bro, I could really run my record up and be I look like an absolute killer with 15 wins, 15 knockouts, look like an absolute monster. But the whole time I'm not beating anybody credible. So guys like Andre August and Ryan Borland, they ain't defeat anybody credible, bro, at all. You feel what I mean? But Jake Paul spun it in a way where it was like, oh, these are actual professional fighters who actually done competed at, in the ring before. They got more experience than me. They got more fights than me, blah, blah, blah. And then people was like, oh my God, he might actually lose to this professional the whole time. This professional is ass. And what a lot of people don't understand is a good portion of professional fighters are ass. When I was 16, 17 years old, over at Delco Boxing Academy, there was pros that I used to punch on. I got a story for y'all. So I remember this is when my chronic illness was like at its height, like its peak, right? And this is when Pivot Boxing Academy first opened and shit like that. And I had just came out of the hospital, bro. Like 3-4 days out of the week, I was getting IV bags filled with iron because my iron levels were so bad that I couldn't even take pills and shit. So I remember the one time this professional came in the gym and he was supposed to get some sparring or whatever. He said some slick shit like, damn, I can't get no work. I thought this was a boxing gym. I said, well, who the fuck this nigga talking to? He talking spicy as shit? I know he ain't talking about my gym like that. Long story short, with my health being on the decline, literally having big ass bandages on my veins and shit like that from IV infusions, I get in the ring with this professional bull and whoop his ass for 4 rounds. Completely out of shape, no oxygen in my system, just off pure dog. Fuck this nigga up. And this is me years out of boxing. Years out of boxing. You feel me? My dad could vouch for me. I don't know if he in the chat, but my dad put these little small ass gloves on me and I got the punching on that nigga on my son life. And this was a pro that was getting ready for a pro fight. I said all of that to say, just because you're a professional fighter doesn't necessarily mean that you have hands. Because like a solid professional, they'd have whooped my ass in there that day. They'd have whooped my ass, but not all pros are solid. See what I mean? So Jake Paul really played he played a vicious game with that shit right there, boy. Oh, you said I don't fight professional fighters. Here I go for fighting a professional fighter. Whole time a professional fighter, you fighting hella ass, hella ass. It's definitely easy to go pro. Coffee plant. All you gotta do for real, is first of all you gotta pass a physical. That's one. Just gotta make sure you know everything's straight. You gotta get your boxing license. So you gotta fill that out, pay the fee, whatever the case is. Then you're a licensed professional boxer. So from there, all you need is like a promo. If you got your own money, you could get your promoter's license as well and promote your own event, or you could just uh connect, network with a promoter. You know what I mean? Try to get a slot on their card. You sell a couple dollars worth of tick. If you could prove to these promoters that you could sell a certain amount of tickets, they'll put you on a card. They'll match make you. They'll match you with an opponent, and you could fight on the card. It's really that simple. It's really that simple, bro. That's how easy it is to get into boxing. It's not. There's no type of requirements that you need. Like in the NBA. You know what I mean? You at least had to. I don't know how it is now. I think now you can go straight from high school, but apparently you had to do like at least 1 year of college before you got into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. There's actual requirements. There's rules for you to get into these organizations, not in boxing. That's why they call boxing the Wild Wild West because anybody could get into the game. We still got people who did Fed time. We got people who did Fed time for PEDs now selling supplements in the sport of boxing. Y'all know who I'm talking about. This man went to the Fed, did Fed time for teaching motherfuckers how to shoot dope in their veins. You feel me? This motherfucker does his Fed time, becomes a pretty much an informant for WADA. That's exactly what Victor Conti was. Victor Conti, he went from being a dude that was teaching motherfuckers how to pass drug tests and teaching Shane Mosley how to shoot uh, steroids and shit like that. And then after he did the Fed time, you know what I mean, to try to, I guess, validate himself or make himself feel good, he pretty much was an informant for WADA and giving, consulting them. You feel me? Giving them game on, how to catch these guys on PEDs and shit like that. Now this nigga got supplements and he literally in the game sponsoring professional fighters when he should be nowhere near any type of boxers. But I don't knock these boxers. Go get your money. You don't know when you're gonna get your next big pay. You don't never know. Tomorrow might be your last day boxing. You might get into a freak accident at the gym or something, outside of boxing may catch up to you and you may not ever box again. Like Robert Easter. We don't know what's going on with Robert Easter. You know what I mean? He was an active boxer. One day he got robbed, shot, and we don't know what's going on with him. He probably never come back to the sport, to be honest with you. So I ain't knocking these fighters for taking these little snack checks. Fuck it. If they gonna give you a couple thousand to promote a product, do it. Victor Conti should not be allowed to have a product. With him being a felon, teaching motherfuckers how to shoot steroids. The last thing this nigga should be able to do is push a supplement. The last thing, like out of all things, Victor Conti, who's historically taught motherfuckers how to, inject steroids in their system. The last thing this nigga should be able to do in boxing is give people a supplement to enhance their performance. That's how crazy boxing is. This nigga taught motherfuckers how to use steroids to enhance their performance. This nigga does Fed time, come out, and now he's able to come into boxing with a supplement that's supposed to enhance boxers and regular people's performances. How the fuck that work? That's how corrupt boxing is. Jesus Christ. I wouldn't never go against the Muhammad Ali Act, but at the same time, I wish there was like a fucking president of the entire sport of boxing that could just be like, who actually had the sport in their best, the sport's best interest. You feel me? Like me. Oh my god, that's a dream of mine. I wish I was able to do that shit, y'all. Oh my god, how I would love to be the president of the boxing world. Oh my god, these haters hate me, bro. Yo, do you know what I would do? First thing I'm doing, we lining up all the drug cheats. Yeah, Dillian White, Gerald Miller, all y'all niggas, Francisco Rodriguez, all y'all niggas come over here. How many times you failed a drug test? Get him up out of here. If you failed a drug test twice, permanent ban. Get the fuck out of here. Take his boxing lesson. Get your greasy ass the fuck up out of here. Dillian White, get your weird built ass the fuck up out of here. Alexander Povetkin don't even come back in the boxing. You banned forever. I would do permanent bans off the rip. You cannot appeal this nigga. You cannot fade this nigga. Get the fuck up out of here. For the niggas who failed drug tests one time, 3-year ban, you find your whole purse. And if you spent all your money already, bitch, we put you on a payment plan. And you're going to stay on that payment plan until you pay all that shit back. And for real, that person's going to go to the nigga that you cheated. So that nigga Francisco Rodriguez, for example, he would have a permanent ban off rip. He failed drug tests and back-to-back fights. That bitch ass nigga, you're going to have to pay Galal your five, whatever the fuck his name is, your entire purse. And then the nigga that you fought prior to that, whatever you made in that fight, you need to pay him your entire purse. That's off rip. Eddie Reynoso, get his chunky neck ass the fuck up out of here. Get this diabetic shoe wearing ass nigga the fuck up out of here. Canelo, you don't like that? You could do a 3, man. You shit. You a drug cheat too, nigga. You want to sit out for 3 years? You want this Crawford fight, nigga? You better shut the fuck up and bring Chepo back, nigga. You better bring Chepo back. You better bring back your old trainer, because Eddie, he gone. Get him the fuck up out of here. Oh my God, it would be a sweep. You know how the feds do a sweep, nigga? Oh my God, how I would really pack these niggas up, bro. Woo-wee. See, Conor Benn did his time. What they did, he was out for like 2 years. He had a 2-year investigation, whatever. He pop again, he out of here. I'm talking about the niggas who failed drug tests 2 times, permanent ban. You feel me? Lifetime ban, yeah. That's the only way they gonna feel you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. The reason why these niggas be okay with sneaking around with drugs is because they know if they get caught once, they could say it was an accident or it was because of this, and then they pay a little fine. They do a little 6-month to 1-year ban and they go about their way. Katiev would have not been fucking with me. Katiev would not have been allowed to fight David Morrell. And whatever purse you was guaranteed for that fight, I would give that to David Morrell. I swear to God. Just because you was really planning to do some shit to David Morrell. You lost anyway, nigga. But I swear. Well, he didn't test positive for the David Morrell fight. He tested positive like a year before that in another fight. Forfeit your purse, that'll go to that nigga that you did that to. You know what I mean? Jaime Munguia, you need to pay Bruno Sarase whatever the fuck you got paid in that last fight. Straight up. Just me. Another thing I'll do, I'll start running down on these sanctioning bodies, nigga. Yo, get rid of all these dumbass belts y'all got. WBC, get that motherfucking silver title the fuck up out of here. Get that Latino title, that People's Champ belt. Get that the fuck out of here. All them bum ass belts, get them the fuck out of here. All you need is an interim and you need the WBC title. That's it. Go over to the WBA. Yo, what's up with y'all, nigga? Yeah, get that franchise title the fuck up out of here. The COVID belt, yeah, all that shit. The motherfucking Juneteenth belt. Get all that the fuck. We don't even want them trophies. Fuck the trophies. The title is the trophy, nigga. Yeah, get them Mickey Mouse belts the fuck up out of here. I'll run up on the WBA. Yo, what up with your man, nigga? Get them super belts. Get them super champions the fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck you think this is, nigga? You got 24 hours to get rid of all them belts, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? IBF. Would I do anything to the IBF? I might just pack that rehydration clause the fuck up. I swear to God. I might pack that rehydration. Man, y'all niggas playing. Get this shit the fuck up out of here. And stop mandating bum ass niggas to fight champions. Y'all holding up unification bouts, nigga. Get him out of here. What the WBO be doing? Stop selling your belts to Top Rank. Niggas say, no, I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around. Yeah. I would get Mauricio Suleiman fat ass up out of here anyway. Facts. Anonymous facts. I was just about to get to that. I got distracted by the Mauricio comment. Unifications trump mandatories. Yes. Put champions. I would have champions be mandatory for other champions, bro. I swear to God. I would have it like if you a WBA champion, you should still be in the IBF rankings. Like I don't understand why they like, bro. Unifications trump mandatories all day. Get the UBO the fuck out of here. Get TKO the fuck. Get Dana White the fuck up out of boxing. And Turkey, we gonna take your money, but we gonna supervise every fight that you try to make. Say no, that's kind of crazy. I veto that shit, nigga. Fuck you talk about, nigga. You said what? Moses Atama versus Usyk? Veto, dickhead. Fuck wrong with you? You said we robbing Turkey. Definitely robbing Turkey, nigga. What the fuck, nigga? What you think this is? Fuck, nigga. What you think, nigga? Yo, what the fuck wrong with you, nigga? Make that Canelo Benavidez fight, nigga. I'll blow your shit back, pussy. Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Got me fucked up. Fat bitch. It's like, no, yo, chill. I'm trying to commentate. Chill, Mark. Fuck, man. I'm trying to get a network deal, man. Fuck, nigga. Fuck. Yeah, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? What the fuck is you talking about, nigga? You motherfucking Bevel better be trilogy, nigga. Nobody want that shit, nigga. Make that motherfucking Benavidez and Bevel fight. Fuck, nigga. Hit that nigga right over his head. Mm-hmm. Yeah, nigga. Don't, nigga. You trying to hold my hand? Hold this burner, nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Fuck y'all talking about? Yeah, Ralph, I said that. Get rid of that super champ shit. Get that shit the fuck up out of here. I mean, we want one champion in every division. We ain't gonna let this fat, black-eyed motherfucker Turkey Al-Sheikh try to tell niggas what they can and can't do. Get Dalton Smith the fuck up out of here. You heard Anonymous? We gonna get Dalton Smith the fuck up out of here. Get this nigga. Them UK niggas, y'all not about to keep fighting UK level niggas and then be in line for world titles. Fuck out of here. Y'all bitch ass niggas want world titles. Come over to the fight US fighters, nigga. Y'all bitch ass niggas be getting Commonwealth belts and think y'all in line. And y'all motherfuckers be thinking that y'all ready for world titles or y'all should just go ahead and be fighting for world. Nah, nigga, y'all UK level fight. Nah, nigga, come over to the US. Jump off the porch, fuck, nigga. Come over to the US and fight the real niggas. Get Dalton Smith the fuck up out of here. Soft ass nigga. Sam Noakes, you lucky you getting a world title, nigga. And the only reason why I'm gonna let it slide because I know Abdullah Mason gonna beat your motherfucking ass. Let's go, champ. I might just let Dalton Smith get cooked by Matias, bro. Because Matias, that's gonna be easy. I mean, I watched Dalton Smith. I'm watching this nigga. I'm like, oh yeah, this easy money. I was like, oh shit. I just might. Because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't really like a lot of these UK niggas. A lot of y'all niggas be tested positive for PEDs. Y'all niggas orbitals always being broke. I think them fish and chips be having y'all niggas skeletons sensitive or something. I don't know what it is that the motherfucking what they be eating. They be eating pork and beans and all that bullshit. I think that shit make y'all skeletal, like real fragile. I don't know what it is. Y'all niggas orbital bones be more fragile than Amazon packages, nigga. What the fuck? Y'all ever got a package delivered to y'all crib, cardboard all fucked up and shit? That be UK niggas orbital bones. Y'all niggas is fabric soft. Y'all niggas is fabric soft, and y'all be quitting like a motherfucker. Y'all only had beans and toast. Yeah, that motherfucking diet y'all niggas be on. Yeah, y'all niggas. That's why y'all face be all fragile, nigga. You know what I mean, I thought Sonny Edwards was a real one. He get cooked by Bam, and then he started talking about quitting and shit. His soft ass, little 5'2" nigga out here popping all this gangster shit. He get his ass whooped by a Mexican. All of a sudden, man, Mexicans is making careers right now out of going to the UK and beating the fuck out y'all. Tighten up, man. Toughest nigga from the UK is motherfucking Savannah Marshall. She tougher than all y'all niggas. Keep it 1,000. Savannah Marshall tougher than 99.9% of you niggas. I'll say fuck everybody in the UK except what's this girl name? Not Savannah Marshall. Damn, she came to Philly. She fought in Philly the one time. What's her name, y'all? That little white John. They say that Eddie Hearn be hitting. What's her name? Damn. Somebody tell me her name, please. The toughest nigga from the UK is Savannah Marshall, yeah. Cause she damn near look like one and she's stronger than all y'all. Oh, she from Australia. I'm sorry. She just like UK pipe. Okay, anyways. Yeah. Sky Nicholson. Y'all go ahead. You know what? Fuck everybody in Australia too, nigga. That's how we giving it up. Oh man. Tim Zoo is the realest nigga y'all had. Y'all niggas trash. Liam Paro, I fuck with Liam Paro. You know what I mean? Y'all could go ahead, pack Brock Jarvis, Tim Zoo, Jeff Horn, if this nigga's still boxing, Tim Zoo, brother, Nikita, whatever, Nicotine, Cambosis. Get all them niggas the fuck up out of boxing. We could keep Sky Nicholson. She could chill over here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She could come kick it with us. You feel me? She real cool people. I fuck with her heavy. Oh yeah, Opatai. Yeah, keep Opatai too, cause he gangster. I fuck with Opatai. But you know who I'm talking about, niggas. Get them niggas the fuck up out of here. Them soft face having ass niggas. I'm just talking shit, y'all. If I was the president of boxing, shit would be a lot different. Shit would be better with me. Vote for me, nigga. Mazuma for motherfucking president of boxing. The boxing game, nigga. You Turkey, you gonna have to see me, cousin. Fuck is you talking about? And you look like you not healthy, nigga. No wonder I be saying, I know why you be wearing your shades, nigga. You got all that money and still don't take care of yourself. How you got all that money and you don't love yourself, nigga? This nigga take his this motherfucker take his nigga take his shades off and he be looking like Red on Friday when Debo punched on him. My grandmama gave me that chain. Nigga Turkey got the same eye color as this nigga. Nigga got skin discoloration all over his motherfucking face. Nigga, I know you ain't healthy. All that A-Rad money can't get you a motherfucking biologist to go take care of your ugly ass. And your name Turkey, nigga, so what the fuck do we expect? Your name Turkey and you got the eyes of a raccoon. Cool. Anyways, my grandmama gave me that chain. Yeah. This nigga Ralph stupid. This nigga Ralph said, as president, you gotta tell Bacoli to stop belly dancing and he won't get his purse. Bro, Bacoli, first of all, don't get me started on Bacoli, y'all. Bacoli, that pussy ass nigga, if you want to keep your boxing license, nigga, you're gonna have to move to North Philly. All that belly dancing shit you doing, That shit gonna get you fucked up, nigga. You gonna be tanging out this motherfucker. You gonna be doing that type shit over here, nigga. And your ugly ass, man, don't even get me started on Bakuli. I had that motherfucker. I would put him in a different sport just for him to understand that fat shit is unacceptable. I will make that nigga do cross country for 2 years before he come back to boxing. Get your fat ass on the road, nigga. For you being a vegetarian, I don't know why you built like motherfucking Rakishi. There's no reason why you built like Rakishi. There's no reason why you built like the the Dudley brothers. Why you built like the Dudley brothers, nigga? Martin. Yeah. Every time I see Bacola, he got a whole. This nigga be dressed like a Foot Locker mannequin. You know how they just be matching all the way down to the socks and shit. That's Martin Bacola. That's how you know he ain't got no swag. He just a country nigga with money. This nigga be matching to the socks, nigga. If he got a Gucci hat on, that nigga got a fucking Gucci scarf, Gucci shirt, Gucci tank top, Gucci drawers, Gucci shorts, Gucci socks. This nigga got a Gucci pinky ring underneath his sneaks, and then he got Gucci sneakers on. That nigga, that everything gotta like it gotta be the same brand. If he don't, he probably lose his mind. Gucci phone case, all that. Gucci phone case, all that. Nigga got a Gucci shiesty and all that. Oh yeah, T.O., I got something for T.O. If I was to run boxing, and I'm like, yo, this what we gonna do with you, nigga. First of all, I was gonna say something wild. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. That's crazy. Cause they'll definitely get me demonetized. They be watching, bro. T.O. though. Oh, so we heard you don't like black guys, right? Yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. We found a video, T.O. We found out why you don't like black people. It's because your ex-wife loves black cock. That's why you mad, nigga. We got you. So we're gonna sit here and make you watch this video of old Cynthia getting her shit washed. That nigga T.O. might hurt himself. That nigga might just jump out to my motherfucking third story window and slice his neck on the way down. Who I got? Sims versus Duarte. I think Sims has the skill set necessary to defeat Duarte. I think he just can't afford to exchange with him. I like Kenneth Sims though. But Duarte's strong than a motherfucker. He like to apply pressure. He could punch. I think if Sims plays, if he fights smart, I think he could probably pull that off. But Sims is gonna have to really fight a good fight because for some reason I feel like they looking for a reason to give Duarte the win, if you feel what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If y'all was the presidents of boxing, man, what would y'all change? What else would y'all change? I would make niggas fight each other, bro. And if they don't want to fight, bro, we suspend the niggas. Like nigga, T.O., you don't want to fight? All right. Get up out of here, man. But why? But why do I have to fight Super L on the West Coast? T.O., where you live at, T.O.? The West Coast. So what the fuck is the problem, nigga? But he's Puerto Rican. But. All right, nigga, and you Honduran. Hondurans ain't got no home in the States. Not in boxing. At first, I was saying let's just do a world title and an interim title. Fuck all that. World title. Four. We could keep the 4 belts, but y'all niggas gotta fight each other. Teal should have just fought Haney with his goofy ass. He ain't want no smoke. He pussy. He know he can't beat Haney. He would rather duck a nigga than to lose a fight. He would rather miss out on a big payday than to embarrass himself. Well, the UFC got an interim and they got a title. You feel what I mean? But but that would make sense to have an interim belt because there's literally only one title. They got a little fun title with the BMF shit, but I mean, I guess that's just for like guys who can't really win world titles, but they're like heavily respected in the game, like Dustin Poirier. I think Holloway won the world title, but you know, he's not like at the top of his division or whatever right now. Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz. Mm-hmm. I really feel like vetoing fights would help boxing too. Like vetoing fights. You remember like when Chris Paul got traded to the Lakers, and that nigga, who was it? Was it Adam Silver? Was it Adam Silver or was it the other guy who vetoed the trade? I would veto that shit. If I see a trash ass fight, oh no, we ain't doing that. Like Fundora, Cordell Booker, oh yeah, you gotta go. Pack that shit up. Who's the BMF of boxing? I can't say who's the, but there's definitely there's a few people I will mention. Benavidez is up there. I'm sorry, that nigga is up there. David Benavidez is up there. Terrence Crawford's up there. Like we talking about killers, bro. I think Sue Burrell got a reputation for being a BMF, being one of the BMFs of boxing. I mean, he caught a hat, he caught a body. Derek Chisora, he definitely up there, definitely up there. I agree. Chisora, Bud Usyk. When I think about like, when I'm thinking about like BMF is like them niggas that like they straight gangster when they in the ring. They looking for all the smoke. They don't turn down no fades, none of that. So Chisora, he probably number one. When Gay Rosado was active, he probably was he on that list too. Bro, Gay Rosado gave up his number one spot. I think he was like the number one guy at 154 in one of the sanctioning bodies, and he moved up to 160. He threw that away to go fight a prime Triple G at 160. Crazy. Something wrong with that nigga. Who you got for Saturday's card in Chirac? Sims and Dark. I got Sims. I'm rocking with Sims. Better be if he up there. He says also fighting motherfuckers too. You can't be out here ducking and being a. I agree. So Chisora, Benavidez. I think Morella. What y'all think about Morel? Morel's showing to be one of them niggas. He do not care, bro. Morel, he up there, bro. Bud. Morel a gangster, bro. I'm telling you. Then Greg Hackett trained Rosado. He did at one point in time. Like Gay Rosado had a few different trainers. He was with he was definitely working with Greg Hackett. He was working with Billy Briscoe. He was definitely training with Freddie Roach at one point, I think. Gay Rosado have been around. Yeah, Morel definitely up there, bro. I got Sue Burrell up there. Just because of like he's so fucking macho, bro. Like he don't give a fuck. Like And he don't care. And that's the thing about Subriel. Like, he hasn't like fought like the top names yet. Puello's definitely a top name at 40, but like he hasn't consistently fought them. But don't matter what style he go up against, nigga, his energy don't change. Navarrete, yeah. Yeah. I'm not the biggest fan of Navarrete, but he definitely a gangster. To me. Um anyway, he's a bad motherfucker, bro. Pause. He a motherfucking gangster. I'm sorry. He's a gangster, bro. I would say Bam, but Bam like a smooth operator. Like he could get gritty. He could show that dog, but like he just be like with the finesse. Sergey Dervinchenko, I like that one. I like that one. Jorge Cota. Sorry, no, I'm fucking with you. Jorge Cota is a straight journeyman. But that nigga done went into the smoke. Better Beef, definitely a bad motherfucker. Boots, I look at Boots like I don't look at him as like a BMF like type fighter. To me, he just like a that nigga like a superhero low key, bro. Ain't nothing that nigga can't do, bro. Fast, strong. He like a anomaly to me. Like he just like a cheat code. That's how I look at Boots, like a cheat code. Like if you took a fighter and you just put all their game sliders up, that's what Boots remind me of. But like cutthroat, savage motherfuckers, bro. That's like, yeah, better be. That'd be a good little list to make up. That'd definitely be a good list to make up. You got to put Cambosos, but BMF ain't really. It's more of like a aura that you got as well. It's not just about like, you know, not ducking smoke. It's also about like your approach, nigga. Like it's about that killer, that Terminator type shit. That dog. You feel me? Like Tyson, that's a bad motherfucker, bro. Because like he tried to send you to the morgue, nigga. Like straight like that. That's what I think of. Like, yeah, Cambosa's fought a lot of quality guys. You feel me? You know, Devin, Tio, Hitchens, Lomachenko. Yeah. He did, but like he ain't never read like I don't know. He ain't never give like a Terminator type aura to me. Stanionis, mm, Wilder. Now that's a bad motherfucker. Prime Wilder, yeah. Pitbull, yes. Yeah. I don't like Pitbull, but that's a bad motherfucker right there. He won't see Pitbull a gangster. He don't he be ducking smoke though. I ain't gonna lie. He be ducking smoke, but when he in there, he definitely a dog. He be ducking. Yeah, see yeah, anonymous saying yeah. He be ducking. But it's like when you get him in there, he in there though. Like ain't no half stepping. Earl when he was in his prime, yes. Yes. Textbook definition. You good? You done? You took a picture? Cool. Um, No Net Cruise. No Net Cruise is hilarious. Gary Antoine, he getting there. He definitely getting there. He a dog for sure. Oh my god, Subrel Gary will be fucking insane, bro. Next gen said Ryo laid an egg against Russell. Bro, he was outmatched though. Like we knew that over here though. We knew that. We knew that Antoine had too much for Ryo, bro. We knew that shit was gonna happen. You feel me? Like I was giving Ryo some credit. 'Cause I'm like, bro, if he tried to box Gary, he could probably have some success, like what he did with Pitbull, bro. Nigga, it ain't matter what Ryo did that night. He was not beating him. He was not beating him. That was that performance that Gary Antoine had, bro. That night, it wasn't many niggas beating him that night. Like it was one of those type performances. Like it was that impressive to me. Ryu was placing some good body shots, but like Gary was on a different mode. Like you can even see that the body shots kind of like got his attention a little bit, but he was just so like focused on the mission. Like he just could not be stopped, bro. Like he was just in a different mode. It wasn't many niggas at 140 that night that would have beat Gary Antoine that night. That performance right there, bro, it was phenomenal. Like it was really like the pace. It was the pace. It was the well, yeah, like the pace, work rate, the intensity, the athleticism. He's still showing ring intelligence in there. Um, the hand speed, bro, all that. All that. What is the fight of the year so far? You know, when it gets to this time, I'll be getting a little tired, so it'll be hard for me to think. Pollo Matias is up there. I was watching that shit back. I was like, wow. Pollo really surprised me, bro. That nigga heart is out this world. NUA versus Cardenas, I agree. That was a good fucking fight until it wasn't. Until NUA got in his bag. Um, Ryan Rowley, nah, that was probably one of the. I didn't look at it as an upset, but amongst other people, they may have considered it an upset. So that'll probably fall more in like the upset of the year category. Benavidez Morel. See, that's another thing. Sometimes when like fights be at the beginning of the year, I'll be mistaking it for being in 2024. You feel me? So Benavidez Morel was another great one. That might be at the top. NUA Cardenas or Cardenas, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Morel Benavidez, NUA Cardenas. Matias Puello is a good fucking fight. If we want to talk about the female boxing, bro, that Savannah Marshall and Shadesha Green fight was good. If we want to mention females, I don't know. Shakur Cepeda was definitely entertaining. I wouldn't say fight of the year, but entertaining. Usyk Fury, okay. Usyk definitely had one of the performances of the year in that Dubois rematch. I can't wait to get those end of the year awards out. Pitbull Fierro, that's another one. Forgot about that one. I just think with you could put Fierro and Pitbull in the ring together 20 times, and it's gonna be a banger every time. I mean, it's one of them Johns. No, you about to lay down? Go ahead. Let me see. Let me see what you got done. Usyk Fury was 2024. See, it'd be hard for me to. Well, she got her hands tatted too. Yeah, them Johns short, right? Shiraz Berlanga. Oh yeah, Chris Eubank and Connor Ben got to be at the top, y'all. Completely forgot about that one. That's definitely at the top. That's like top two, and it might not be two. Yeah, good shit. What you think about Duarte saying he future face of boxing, and what you think happened Saturday with him? Well, if he has that mentality that he's going to be the future face of boxing, that's just a testament to how confident he is in himself and his abilities. Do I personally believe he's going to be the future face of boxing? Absolutely not. But time will tell. I might be right. I might be wrong. I don't think Duarte. I don't see how Duarte would do that. You feel me? Because I think part of becoming the face of boxing is at least being the best of your division. I don't think Duarte rises up to the top of 140, especially with the fighters that's in there right now. Does Duarte beat a Subarel? I don't think so. Does he beat? I don't even think he beats a Puello. I don't think he beats a Gary Antoine. For real, I wouldn't even have him. I don't even know if he beats a Tiafimo. I don't. Hitchens, he don't beat Hitchens. Just me personally, I think he's a solid fighter. You know what I mean? Probably like a B minus type guy. Probably a B minus type guy, to be honest with you. But nah. He definitely lost to Ryan. You know what I mean? He definitely lost to Ryan. But we don't know if Ryan was on that shit. See? It ain't just with Devin Haney, bro. He might have been on that shit a while before. Yeah, Connor and Eubank definitely at the top, bro. That shit was lit before they even stepped in the ring, bro. Like when Eubank came out with his pops, bro, and they came out to that Dr. Dre instrumental. Well, not the instrumental, but the song. Shit was fire, bro. Ben said that threw him off. I could see that, and I think they did that strategically. I was telling people at the gym when we was talking, I was like, "Yo, like, because the one homie was like, yo, it's crazy that him and his pops ain't getting along." And I said, bro, I think they getting along. I just think they. I said, bro, I don't see this nigga rumbling with his pop not being there. Like, I just don't see that happening. Who we got for performance of the year though? Mm. Mm. Usyk Dubois was crazy, bro. I know that was a bit recent, but that performance really stood out to me. Like he smoked Dubois, bro. Um, Boot Stanionis, yes, yes. Would you? Anonymous ain't gonna like this one. How about Fandora Zoo too? Made that nigga Zoo say no mas, bro. God damn. Norma Sasaki, definitely knockout of the year thus far. I think like part of having like performance of the year is like the guy you having that performance against was like a quality fighter. You feel me? No disrespect to Sasaki, but he ain't stamped in my opinion. He said shaking my head. Bro, Fedora fuck Zoo up, bro. Like I was watching that shit. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I thought Zoo was gonna do something. Shiraz Berlanga. That was a good performance. I'm telling you. Bro, Sasaki is like, come on, bro. Like no disrespect to Sasaki, but you supposed with Brian Norman with the style that you got, you supposed to have a great performance against him. That knockout's supposed to happen every time you rumble Sasaki. Like for real. Shakur performance was a crowd pleaser. He up there. He definitely he up on that list. He had a great performance. Pac Barrios, Lorenzo, you deserve to be timed out. You trying to piss me off. Tank Roach was a good ass fight. It was. Yeah, Nanas was telling everybody they could hear it. Like, this nigga Sasaki a crash dummy. And I'm like, word. I'm like, all right, let me go check this shit out. God damn. Sasaki need to fight the rest of his career fighting pillow punchers, bro. Stay away from niggas that could punch. Because you might fuck around and not wake up next time. But Rolly props, yeah. I mean, his performance really wasn't that good against Ryan, but like I said, that was definitely one of the best wins of this year. Or probably the most satisfying win. I'm gonna say that. I think Rolly got the most satisfying win of the year. Yo, I was so happy to see Ryan pussy ass lose and crying that sprinter with his soft ass after all that shit that he was talking. You know what I mean? Trying to make it taking zero accountability for his actions. You know what I mean? Zero accountability for uh using PEDs and blaming everybody except himself. And bro, Rolly got the most satisfying victory this year. I'm sorry. I think the only thing that'll top that was like if Boots would have fucked T.O. up. That's probably been the only one. Like Boots stopping T.O. Oh my God, I'd have lost my fucking marbles, nigga. Can you speak on Fundora not wanting to smoke versus mandatory and unification? Man, listen, Fundora then been exposed his true colors, man. We seen it as soon as he won his world title against Tim Tszyu, bro. Like he had the opportunity to fight Bud, and he was like leading people on to believe that he wanted that fight, and then he tried to go the Earl Spence route instead, aka the easier fight with a inactive fighter that was coming off of a bad knockout loss. You feel what I mean? Then, of course, you know, let's keep it 1,000. He ducked Xander Zayas to go fight Tim Tszyu, a damaged Tim Tszyu. You know, looking back on it, you know that scalp injury and then getting sparked by Bakram or the Zaliev. You know, he came back and beat a Joey Spencer, but Joey Spencer wasn't ever shit. You know, at 154, decorated amateur, but he ain't do shit in the professional. So you know, he chose to fight Tim Tszyu in a rematch instead of getting, you know, a fight with Xander Zayas. Then on top of that, trying to put a rehydration clause on Xander Zayas. Stop it. You was 6'6", 154, nigga. And you worried about somebody weighing more than you, nigga? Nigga, you the same height as Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all these niggas. And you at 154. You the size of a solid shooting guard, worrying about a nigga weighing more than you. Get your soft ass out of here, man. So yeah, he been showed he was a duck, cuz he a big ass duck. He a swan. Whatever that nigga is a swan. What's them ducks what's them birds that got them long ass necks? They ain't duck, the swans, right? Man, whatever. That nigga's a swan. He one of them Jones. Fondora's a fucking turkey. Big ass turkey. Oh, he a flamingo. He one of them. Nigga got the one leg up like this. You know, the flamingos, they be having one leg up. They be tucking that one leg. That's Fundora pussy ass. But anyways, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love. As always, the nigga said he an emu. That's fucking hilarious. An emu. I ain't heard that shit in a minute. Yeah. Yeah, man. So that's my thoughts for the night, man. I hope y'all appreciated the content as always, man. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K, about to hit that 3,100 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation in the mob. We'll be live again. 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. If I make it back in time from these amateur fights that I'm going to be going to, man. Until then, this is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.